Astrid, the governor just said the night is not over yet, and you're seeing that firsthand. You're wiping your eyes. Tell us why.
Tear gas. Police, as you can see right here behind me, they have been trying to secure this area. There were people that just wouldn't listen. They broke into one of their precincts. They vandalized, they broke windows. They had to arrest some people here, and obviously the people didn't want to disperse. Then the tear gas was going to be used because it's past that curfew. So we were in the area where the gas was let out. We suffered some of that side effects that I know now Sean has been talking about. I had never experienced, but woo, it takes your breath away. But all around me, you see that police are here in downtown. You have police and you have people with the National Guard as well, really enforcing that curfew now, especially because one of their precincts too was just vandalized and broken glass everywhere. They're trying to protect their property as well, but also trying to make sure that what happened last night does not happen again. They don't want that violence. They don't want that to be out of control. They wanted these protests to remain peaceful, but if people are not going to listen, they're going to enforce the law, which is by using the tear gas by any means necessary. Obviously, the message here is always going to be about George Floyd. That's on everybody's name, whoever I've spoken with. But if people are going to not behave and not follow the laws that were put in by Governor Kemp, well, this is what's going to happen tonight. If anybody is still out, the recommendation from law enforcement is go home.
It's a solid message to send, and really, Astrid, you really paint a picture of just how difficult it is to deal with tear gas. It burns your eyes, it burns your chest, it makes it very difficult to breathe.
It's just an arrest. Here's another arrest. Right in front of me, this guy threw water. They threw water at the National Guard's face, was not listening, disrespected. They tried to hold a restraint, but this guy crossed the line, so now he's being arrested right in front of me. Not following the rules. Officers and
Astrid, I know that earlier.
He was not.
Astrid, I know earlier you were following a group of protesters that were walking toward Woodward Park. Is this still the same group?
It's part of that same group, Sean. Yes, it is. They've been all over the area. Some pockets remain peaceful. Some people just want to start trouble because they're not even chanting anymore. They're looking into places where they can break into and cause a commotion and distract from what the message of tonight is supposed to be about. He was walking, the gentleman that was arrested here, he was walking. Police, National Guard went up to him and told them, don't be stupid, don't get arrested. And he just threw a water bottle right in the National Guard's face, in the soldier's face. Now he's arrested and will be taken away from here shortly.
And he's a living example of what Chief Erica Shields said that would be happening tonight. She was ready to lock people up, that she was not going to be caught out of balance again. She said it will not happen tonight. There would be zero tolerance policy if you do not obey the orders of police to go home. The curfew went into effect at 9 o'clock. It is now 11:24 in the evening, and this gentleman is still out despite being pushed to Woodward Park in an effort to go home peacefully. He did not listen, disrespected, according to Astrid. She saw it with her own eyes, threw a bottle at one of the National Guardsmen's face. And we just heard from Governor Kemp here that he says that he has extended the state of emergency, and now we're going to have 3,000 National Guardsmen because he's expecting pockets to happen in Athens.
Yep.
Savannah.
The governor said that there are some concerns about protests hitting other cities in our state tomorrow and over the weekend, and that state of emergency, he said, is going to be extended until next weekend. And he said that there are still agitators out there, and this young man certainly fits the bill. I mean, I think about my own kids. I say, make good decisions. Well, this guy made a bad decision. He was told not to, not to misbehave. And of course, what he did was he threw some water into the face of a National Guardsman, and that is just that is unacceptable and not the way you treat.
It's really mischanneled anger. I mean, we heard from the president of Atlanta City Council, Felicia Moore. We heard it from the mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, that they even from police chief Erica Shields. They understand the undercurrent, what is creating, riots just don't develop out of thin air. There are conditions and real frustration and anger among some of these protesters, and that's why they were protesting in the first place. They want equal justice.
Yeah, but like Astrid said, this detracts from that message.
It did, and he paid the price. He is now arrested. We're going to